I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do.
With Sandro Tonali ready to cook the Premier League next season, Newcastle is set to explode. From Newcastle confirming a new deal for an exciting player.
Got him! Got him!
To a potential summer move for informed Bournemouth duo, to Yankuba Minteh and Garang Kuol being in trouble, to a shocking injury update on Elliot Anderson and Callum Wilson. Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey. Starting off, it looks like Elliot Anderson is finally getting close to a return to action after an update on his Instagram earlier. The 21-year-old hasn't played since our 4-0 win over Crystal Palace back in October. His return will be a massive boost to the midfield, but tell me, do you think Elliot Anderson is better than Lewis Miley? Then moving on, Jeff Hendrick has not been named in Sheffield Wednesday's 25-man squad for the rest of the season. However, he remains on loan at Hillsborough from Newcastle, who refused to cancel his loan deal early after a request in January. The Ireland international will be a free agent this summer, while Newcastle United are reportedly set to trigger an option to extend Emil Kraft's contract at the club until the summer of 2025, upsetting Malmo, Copenhagen and Brøndby, who were all thought to be interested in the right-back on a free this summer. I personally love Eddie Howe, but it's getting harder and harder to keep faith with his squad rebuild with decisions like this. There are too many one-year deals for permanently injured championship players. Then moving on, Garang Kuol, who was a part of Australia's last World Cup squad, is once again experiencing a disappointing loan spell, this time in the Netherlands following his underwhelming time in Scotland. Despite being sent out on loan to gain experience and playing time to aid his development, Kuol's opportunities have been limited.
Who's in? No, not you.
Astonishingly, his last league start came all the way back in November, and he hasn't scored a goal since September. Since the beginning of December, he has only played 53 minutes of action, spending the majority of his time on the bench and occasionally being deployed out of position. Garang Kuol, in his last 6 involvements for struggling FC Volendam, was on the bench against Feyenoord and Heerenveen, played 10 minutes against Almere, on the bench against Heracles and Sittard, and played 10 minutes again against Utrecht. These circumstances raise questions about the effectiveness of the loan and the benefits it provides for both Kuol and Newcastle United. Instead of learning and growing through regular game time, Kuol seems to be facing adversity and struggling to make an impact. This situation is unfortunate, especially considering the initial hype and interest surrounding him as a player. The next steps for Garang Kuol, the former Central Coast Mariner player, remain uncertain. It will be crucial for him and Newcastle United to reassess their loan strategy and ensure that future loan moves provide the optimal environment for his development and progress as a player. Talking about Newcastle players out on loan, Yankuba Minteh's positional awareness has come under scrutiny in the Netherlands as his loan spell with Feyenoord nears its conclusion. Minteh, who joined Newcastle United last summer before being swiftly loaned to the Eredivisie champions, has gained valuable first-team experience during his time away from the English club. In comparison to Garang Kuol's loan spell at Volendam at the lower end of the table, Minteh's loan move has been considered more successful. However, Feyenoord were finding themselves 10 points behind the runaway leaders PSV in the Eredivisie. Manager Arne Slot has been continuously experimenting with different players on the right side of the attack. During Minteh's absence due to his participation in the Africa Cup of Nations, Slot has utilized Calvin Stengs, right-back Bart Nieuwkoop, and Javairo Dilrosun in that position in various matches. Minteh has struggled to secure a regular starting place this season, and his recent performances have raised doubts. According to Mikos Guka, a journalist for the Dutch publication Algemeen Dagblad, there have been instances where Feyenoord coaches have spent up to 30 minutes screaming at Minteh during matches due to his inability to maintain the correct positioning on the pitch when his team is without possession. In the game that Slot wants to play, the wingers are of course crucial positions, and that is why he keeps fiddling with them, the pundit told ESPN. It just doesn't work there. Calvin Stengs could go at 10. but then he has to worry about his right-winger position, Guka knows. I have seen Minteh come on, but when he is standing there, the bench has been screaming at him for 30 minutes because Minteh walks everywhere he should not. During dead moments, he doesn't know where to stand. He is a player who does everything on intuition. 18 months ago, he was still an amateur. Overall, he's not handling it well enough. Mikos Guka is not the only member of the media to express criticism towards Newcastle's relatively inexperienced signing, Yankuba Minteh. Andy van der Mede, who previously played for Everton, also voiced his opinion last month, describing the teenager as restless on the ball. However, Feyenoord manager Arne Slot came to Minteh's defense in response to these criticisms, saying, "That's right, but I think that is also the reason why Newcastle United loaned him to us." Despite the criticism,
I'm going to show them all they're wrong because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me. And all of you people in Britain who rank me as the greatest, I'm going to prove I'm the greatest. I'm going to prove to you I'm the greatest. We're going to prove to the world I'm the greatest.
Yankuba Minteh recently marked his return to Feyenoord's starting lineup for the first time in 3 matches with a blistering performance, having a 8.1 match rating, 64 touches, a 95% passing accuracy, 1 big chance created, 4 key passes, 3 successful dribbles, and winning 1 penalty, having the most chances, most dribbles, and most fouls won in the game.
Is this on close? Utah is alive right now. Everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
And with that, Yankuba Minteh so far this season in Holland has played 18 games, starting 8 times, scoring 4 goals, assisting twice, playing 885 minutes, averaging a goal every 99 minutes. With that said, who would you start on the right wing next season? While also out on loan, Isaac Hayden was given the Man of the Match award for his outstanding performance for Queen's Park Rangers in their game against Norwich City. Then, according to the Daily Mail, Newcastle United is reportedly interested in signing Bournemouth defender Lloyd Kelly on a free transfer during the summer. Kelly, a 25-year-old centre-back, has attracted attention from various clubs as his contract with Bournemouth is set to expire. Newcastle United appears to be expressing their interest in acquiring his services. This potential move comes as no surprise, as Kelly has been previously linked with Newcastle. Eddie Howe, the current Newcastle manager, attempted to sign Kelly shortly after joining the club but was unable to secure a deal. Interestingly, it was Howe who initially brought Kelly to Bournemouth from Bristol City, and he has spoken highly of the defender, stating that he was blown away by his abilities. A reunion at St. James Park could be on the cards, and this would be a beneficial move for Newcastle, especially considering their financial situation. Acquiring a player of Kelly's quality without paying a transfer fee would provide more funds to invest in other areas, as Newcastle plans to rebuild after a challenging season. Kelly's versatility is seen as an asset, as he is capable of playing both as a centre-back and a left-back. His addition would provide depth to a defence that has struggled to maintain solidity throughout the current season. Furthermore, according to Craig Hope of the Daily Mail, Eddie Howe reportedly considered making a move for Lloyd Kelly's teammate Philip Billing last month. This potential transfer could resurface in the summer, especially with the likelihood of Joelinton's departure from the club due to his wage demands. It's reported that Philip Billing is viewed as an attractive replacement for the club, and it is estimated that his acquisition could cost around £15 million for Eddie Howe's side. But tell me, would you want Newcastle to sign these players? Then, Newcastle United goalkeeper Max Thompson has signed a contract extension with the club, which will keep him at Newcastle until June 2025. Thompson's previous contract was set to expire at the end of the season. The 19-year-old goalkeeper spent the first half of the season on loan at Northampton Town, where he made 20 first-team appearances for the League One side. While Northampton Town was interested in extending Thompson's loan until the end of the season, Newcastle decided to recall him and have him join Eddie Howe's first team. Thompson's presence in training will provide support to the likes of Martin Dubravka, Loris Karius, and Mark Gillespie, while Nick Pope is sidelined due to injury. This opportunity allows Thompson to benefit from training alongside experienced goalkeepers and further develop his skills under the guidance of the coaching staff. Having been at Newcastle since the age of 11, Thompson signed his first professional contract in December 2021, shortly after Eddie Howe's appointment as manager. His commitment to the club and the contract extension demonstrate the faith Newcastle has in his potential as a goalkeeper. Additionally, Thompson has represented England at the under-18 level, highlighting his talent and promising future in the game. With his contract extension, Newcastle United aims to support his development and contribute to his growth as a professional goalkeeper. Following his new contract, Thompson said, "I'm really excited to continue my career with the club I've supported and grown up with. It's another opportunity to try and progress further as a footballer and, hopefully, make it as a player at Newcastle United." Then, according to Craig Hope, Callum Wilson has suffered a pectoral injury and club are sweating on his fitness ahead of Bournemouth. They are hopeful the striker can manage the pain to play, but the decision is to be made later in the week. But as Charlie Bennett, the sports writer in Newcastle World, said, Callum Wilson has been instrumental for Newcastle. He has done the number 9 service more than justice, but the litany of injuries are too much. That's 35% of Premier League games missed since he joined. At 32, and given Isak's record, Newcastle must look forward in the summer. Then finally, if you want to know how Newcastle United is evolving, click the video on screen now.